Court is the last place in which all disputes in our country are resolved. In this instance, we came to receive the decision, whatever it was going to be, on the application filed by Governor Ben, questioning the amendment to Section 145 we did in respect to insertion of a grace period. The subsection 5 talks about a grace period that runs in the event there's an unsuccessful vote of no confidence. Today, the Supreme Court affirmed that the amendment we did is a good law, doesn't offend Section 50 rights of members of Parliament, does not offend other subsequent laws like Section 138 of our Constitution. It is very much congruent to the spirit of Section 145, subsection 4. The Supreme Court made a very good ruling. I encourage the media and every one of us to pick a copy of the ruling. And I want to congratulate our lawyer, young lawyer Dan Mail, and AG, as well as our legal team, for acknowledging that Parliament does make law and the law we passed was a good law. What basically the Supreme Court did this afternoon was affirming that the law is consistent with the general tenet of our Constitution, doesn't offend members' freedom of right to move around. For clarity in layman's terms, Section 145, subsection 4, the vote of no confidence provision still remains. Supreme Court just affirmed that the subsection 5 insertion we did is very much congruent with the entire keeping the executive government in check as far as the provision of one vote of no confidence is concerned. Supreme Court also went further, setting light that even, for instance, if the executive government doesn't perform too well and members of Parliament don't like, then there are options to move a VONC. It runs all the way, even into the 12 months before the writs are issued. If that is successful, then Parliament is then dissolved, and every members go back to the elections. So I want to appeal to our country, as we did respected the work of Supreme Court in reading law. I was prepared to come today to accept. If they rule otherwise, I was going to address the press anyway, telling us Supreme Court has ruled, let's accept the ruling. In fact, before we left Parliament, I did send a WhatsApp message to my members of Parliament, telling them whatever this decision is, we respect. Some of you would recall in 2011, I stood on the defense of Constitution. I stood on the side of Constitution when members of Parliament trampled upon this courthouse. I was coming here today to support the AG, and if the court had ruled against us, we would have advised everyone, let's respect the court ruling, let's go back to work. But just to conclude, it was a fair ruling, good ruling made by the Supreme Court. 5-man judge that ruled. Pick a transcript of the ruling, read the law correctly. In summary, it says the amendment we did to Section 145 with the insertion of subsection 5 is constitutionally congruent. It's a good law, doesn't trample upon all members of Parliament in the intrinsic Section 50 rights. And today, Supreme Court just dismissed the application by Governor Ben in its entirety and totality. I want to appeal to our citizens. I know you have your views. Not everything we do satisfies all our citizens. That is your right. That's your Section 50 right. Exercise your Section 50 right carefully in 2027. Parliamentarians are exercising your right today, and we running through. We have only 13 months more before the next general elections. And you have the opportunity to make a mark and construct your government and elect your leaders in 2027. Today, in as far as Supreme Court is concerned, the amendment we did is in order. Court ruled in favor of the amendment. There is no vote of no confidence from now until 2027, which is in any case only 13 months down the line. Thank you, Thomas.